What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. Happy anniversary to us. Yeah, it has been a little over 3 years since Deborah Giusti and I started Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe. And tonight is our anniversary celebration show. We've got Deborah with us, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show. And I just want to acknowledge all of you, all the people that are watching, and how truly global our family is.
It's been 3 years, so they're celebrating.
By the way, a wonderful thing to remember is to mute yourselves. Although whoever that was, yes, it is 3 years that we are celebrating. And I'm celebrating that I see people, Dorina from Ecuador, Carol from El Salvador, Frode from Norway, several people from British Columbia. It's just beautiful that we really truly have a global peace tribe. I also want to acknowledge all of you who are watching on Facebook. A big thank you to John and Summer Raymer, who put us out over the Sign Network. And we have sometimes as many as 175 Facebook groups and pages watching us. Thank you, John and Summer. Also, we have a new broadcast partner, Humanities Team, founded by Steve Farrell and Neil Donald Walsh, now carries all of our shows. So welcome anybody watching that way. And of course, good old Alan Steinfeld, his YouTube channel, and our own YouTube channel. These are all ways that people are watching us. Now, if any of you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube or one of those other broadcast platforms, awesome. And come and join us. Come join the Global Peace Tribe. It's a wonderful community of people. There's so much that happens in the Zoom room. And today we are going to take some of your thoughts, your comments. We want to hear what these 3 years have meant to you, what some of your favorite moments, favorite shows, special presenters might have been. So come on into the Zoom room where you can share that with us. And it's really easy to do that. What you're going to do is go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com. And when you get there, you're going to see this little page and you can just click where it says register for the new season. And that takes you to our registration page. For any of you who don't know, we do 3 or 4 shows every week, including Wednesday nights. This last Wednesday night, we had a great show all about understanding epigenetics and honoring our ancestors in the process. And then tonight and tomorrow is a special anniversary weekend. So definitely just register. You'll immediately get the links that'll take you into the Zoom room. And you'll get the links, not just for tonight, but for now until the end of the season, which is June 30th. So we've got more than 2 more months of shows that you'll be able to get. So, of course, one of the things that always made us unique was how we combined inspirational speakers with musical artists. And I can remember when Deborah and I were first kind of booking the shows, she kept talking about a woman named Kristen Hoffman. She kept saying, we've got to get this woman, Kristen Hoffman. I thought, well, okay, cool. I wasn't familiar with her. Well, I absolutely can say that Kristen Hoffman has become one of my favorite human beings of all time. I so love this woman. And she's become such a big part of Global Peace Tribe, The Awakening World. That was her voiceover in our opening trailer that we use. And I know all of you love Kristen Hoffman. So I was delighted. I see that Sylvia is got her teddy bear and enthusiasm. There we go. There are the stuffed animals celebrating. Kristen Hoffman is with us. Hello, Kristen.
Hello, everyone. And Sylvia, you can see I have some of your origami back here. So you're here in my room with me. I am so excited to be here celebrating 3 years of the Global Peace Tribe and Saturday Night Alive and The Awakening World and all of you and all of the goodness that we've shared. And I was going to open with a Solom improvisational piece this evening, but I got on to soundcheck about 30 minutes ago, and I was kind of Solom soundchecking, just doing a little improvisation, and all of a sudden, a piece came through, and I was recording, so I went back and listened, and I wrote all the words down, and so now I'm going to do something somewhere in between an improvisation and actually share the words with you, because they are for you, they are in celebration of our time together tonight. They are with you. I think we were all just tuning in a little early, and so you are definitely a part of these words. And I'm just really, maybe you can think of a title for the song. Maybe it's the Global Peace Tribe. We'll see. Okay, so here we go. And just reminding everyone to mute your microphones. We've walked a lifetime. Yes, we've walked a lifetime. We've all walked a lifetime just to be here tonight. I've walked a lifetime, and you've walked a lifetime. We've all danced a lifeline to be here tonight. So show me your heart. Wide open. Show me your light, so golden. Show me your brightest star, unfolding. 'Cause this is our time. This is our global peace tribe. This is our night to come alive. We've cried some deep tears, and we've faced some real fears. We've all learned to be freer, just to be here tonight. Well, I've learned to listen. You've welcomed the mystic, and we've all held the vision, just to be here tonight. So show me your heart, wide open. Show me your light, shine so golden. Show me your brightest star, unfolding. 'Cause this is our time, global peace drive. This is our night to come alive, come alive. Show me your heart, wide open. Oh, show me your light, shine so golden. Show me your brightest star, unfolding. 'Cause this is our time, global peace drive. This is our night to come alive. This is our time, global peace drive. This is our night to come alive. be here tonight. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you all
Yeah.
enjoyed. I thought that was a fun lyric when it came through. And I was like, yeah, we've all just really done a good job living these lives. They've brought us to this moment so we can all be here in this celebration.
Definitely. And this is what this show is about. This is what this acknowledgement of the Global Peace Tribe is about. That was just beautiful. Thank
Aw.
you.
Thank you. So much love. So
Yeah.
much gratitude for each and every one of you.
We love
Thank you.
you so
Love
much.
you, Deborah. Love you. It's so good to be with you tonight.
Yeah. And I think Scott has gone off. He's having a little internet hiccup, so he will be back. So if you want to stick with me and we can just talk a little
Perfect.
bit. And I think
Awesome.
Omashar is going to come on too. And we'll vibe Scott back. You know, you
Okay, let's everyone just beam Scott back.
yes.
Scott.
Let
We're beaming him up. He's going to come down right now.
Yeah, let's bring him in right now. We want Scott back.
Imagine if Scott just
alive.
showed up like right here next
Well,
to
there's
me.
no reason why I couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't, right? And that
That would be
was so beautiful, Kristen, for you having that inspiration and then just having the courage to bring it forth. And, I know that it's going to be on the wings of light. So thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
we
Oh,
did it work.
look at the angel.
This is our power.
We did. We were just all
Beamed you
winning
in.
We were winning you back, brother.
Well, and I missed the Kristen Hoffman of course. Go back
You
and
know,
watch.
you didn't miss it, Scott. I was with you. You were receiving in spirit. It's all part
I
of
tell you what, Scott, if you register for the Global Peace Tribe, you can get the replays.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Well, gosh, first of all, thank you, Kristen. I can't wait. As soon as the show's over, I'm going to go back and watch and listen, of course.
Wow.
You know, I was telling Kristen that her song that we played last week has just been in my head so much. And Kristen and Deborah and I were all together in Sedona just a few weeks ago for the launch, the igniting of the Hola movement. So, you know, while I've got both of you here, I'd just love to have each of you kind of share while I peruse what's coming into the chat box, what you've experienced over these 3 years. How has Global Peace Tribe and our kind of coming together impacted each of you?
Mhm. Well, I'll just say, as an artist and a creative, feeling the support and the love of this sacred, beautiful family that's so present has been one of the most meaningful parts of my evolution as in my creative world. It really has been a place where I feel like I've evolved in this space, and I've evolved with each one of you. And so I'm just grateful for this space in which to expand and play and try new things. And then just as a viewer, I have to say the content, every single show is just captivating, high level, growth oriented, illuminating, definitely about awakening. And I've had so many just deep aha moments where I've learned to love more, expand more, tap into the realms more, and really receive the gifts of so many different wisdom keepers and other creatives. So I know what you two have created is something that has nourished. I don't even think you could imagine how many lives this show has nourished. It's been sustenance for so many of us for the last few years. So to me, that's what this space has been. It's just pure love, pure nourishment. Thank you.
And I testify, definitely this has been a way for us to get to know each other, to find each other, to empower each other, and to bring forth the awakening. When the pandemic hit and Scott and I came together and said, let's do something like this. And then it was like a big wow when several hundred people came on the first show. We just knew this was the gift of these times, you know, for us to get to know everyone from around the world that had the same thinking and the same philosophy and the same love vibration of wanting to come together and evolve this world and be part of the Global Peace Tribe. And that grew and grew and grew. And we found so many people on the same page of wanting to help and wanting to bring out high level information and not get sink down into the challenge of it, but really rise up and look at the growth and look at the connection and look at what we can all learn during these times. It was amazing when all those incredible high level speakers who were just sitting at home, not knowing what to do, wanted to help. We'd ring them up. Deepak Chopra, can you please be on? Yeah, what can I do? They were all wanting to help. And that's kind of what happens in crisis, is everyone gets on board and goes to their values and go, how do we turn this around? What do we do? How do we make the best out of this? So that's what happened so many times. It was beautiful. And then, of course, bringing the musicians in. I had come from producing the Harmony Festival for so many years, and knowing so many musicians and kind of having that on there. And they were also so incredible to come in and raise the vibration of all our shows so many times. It was just really beautiful. And then Scott and I were so divinely inspired. That's all I can say, because it was a hell of a lot of work. But we were there just 24 hours listening to spirit, understanding how to bring forward what was current and what was the hot topics and what was the most potent thing that could support us at this time and have us realize we were going through the birth canal at that time, and we still are, and really gathering everyone and giving everyone the inspiration that this is a transitionary time. We're not going down the tubes, we are going up the tubes. We are going to a new level. So it was really beautiful in that way. So many gifts came forward during that time. And it's still happening. I want to honor Scott for, continuing the utilizing all the resources that we developed and bringing back so many incredible people to the shows and continuing to do 3 shows a week. It's crazy. But that's, he has such a love and a passion for it. And it's great to see you all there on the Zoom, and you're all there and you're smiling faces and we're still all connected. It's really, really beautiful. And I want to let you know that what I've been doing, one thing I've been doing recently is going to a lot of live conferences and festivals, because that's kind of what I do. I started by producing the Harmony Festival for 33 years in Sonoma County. So that was my passion. That was kind of, Saturday Night Alive was kind of Harmony 2.0, I called it, because it had everything there. But when I go to these conferences and festivals that are now growing, I just want to report back that everyone is so passionately awakening all over the world. So what we feel on this call here is happening all over. So we're not just an isolated group that is the Global Peace Tribe. There are people just passionately wanting to transition the world, and so much truth is out there now. You can go anywhere on YouTube or anywhere and see all the dysfunction that we are not going to tolerate, and rise up and really create this new earth is what we're all talking about now. And there's thousands of us, millions of us all over the world. So we are part of a greater awakening body that is waking up, doing the inner work within ourselves, really evolving ourselves spiritually, but then connecting all over it in the way we do, and then starting to do the work of really building the new earth. And that's what this is all about. So I'm really happy to be back here and see people and share the love and hear Kristen and just everything that Scott has continued on the show. It's really beautiful. So much love.
I'm going to share with the audience a little bit more with you, Deborah, and I also want to talk with them about what you're doing. But one of the things that I'm really proud of that we did was we did give musical artists a chance to perform, to still, reach out and do their thing. And I love helping to support people, especially our artists. And so one of my favorite things to do is to remind people how they can support Kristen Hoffman, because it is so important for our musical artists to be supported. And, especially now with with AI, that can, it's getting harder and harder for musicians to make a living. And so when there is someone like Kristen Hoffman, who just is so important that we support her, I want us to all channel our inner Medici family. Remember how the Medicis, took care, they were patrons, they took care of their artists. We need to do that. So I want to invite, if you haven't already, and I know many of you have, but if you haven't already, go to KristenHoffman.com, KristenHoffman.com, 2 N's. Took me a little while to learn that one. And in the upper right-hand corner where it says payment and membership, click that and become a member. She has a beautiful soul family offering that she provides. You can come in at different levels. And we all get together second Sunday of every month, and she plays music and we connect. It's another example of a family gathering. And it's important for her to know that she's got that monthly income coming in to support her. She does so much. She is constantly supporting us, supporting Unity Earth, supporting the Holo movement, the evolutionary leaders. So let's all support Kristen Hoffman.
Oh, thanks so much, Scott. And thank you, each and every one of you. I always feel your beautiful support in so many different ways. And a bunch of you have joined my Sonic Soul family gatherings. And I'm so grateful because we go deep every month. And our next gathering is the second Sunday of the month on, I think it's the 14th. I'm pretty sure Sunday the 14th.
Oh, that's right.
And Scott always comes, bless your heart. I love you so much, Scott. Thank you for being a part of that other beautiful gathering space. And I'm just so grateful. So happy 3 years.
Thank you, Kristen, for getting us off to such a beautiful start and all your contributions. We love you very much. Yeah.
So grateful for you.
I'm going to read a few comments and then I want to chat with you, Deborah. Here's some comments coming in right off the bat. Katie writes, Kristen is one of the most amazing musicians in the world. Yes, I could not agree more. And Dia writes, Deborah, gratitude to you for speaking to the truth that your broad experience testifies to the happening of peace and love on our planet Gaia. I love you. And that's from Dia. I'm not going to read everybody. I'm going to read a few. Ayada writes, Deborah, it's great to have you back here. I always appreciate your warmth and inspiration. And Laura Chamberlain says, I've noticed that also, Deborah, that there's so many folks getting spiritual and aware. And Connie and Andrew, who we're going to hear from, are encouraging everybody to get Deborah ascension tips. And so we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Thank you, Connie and Andrew. Last comment that I'll read for now is from Dorina Joy. Same for me, us, Kristen, Deborah, Scott, and Omashar, so well expressed and shared. It's been not only entertaining, inspirational, but also truly transformational, healing, and so expanding and loving, and on and on. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dorina Joy, you were great. I love how you always find the links and pop them in the chat box before I can sometimes. And you've become a really wonderful, really part of the show. You're like a additional volunteer staff person. So I appreciate all that you provide. And George is clarifying that it's a most amazing musician and not a museum. Kristen's not a museum yet, although someday maybe there'll be the museum honoring Kristen Hoffman. Deborah, tell us about your ascension work. And then, of course, we'll also go to your website and take a look at what you're offering.
Sure. Well, the ascension is something I've been working on, I think, my whole life. And it's really the evolutionary process that is happening in all planetary life forms now and has been happening. But right now it's escalating so much as everyone can feel this massive transformation that's happening on all levels. And so it's what I've been tracking and supporting, but in the last 12 years, really studying with the top ascension teachers and understanding this spiritual evolutionary accelerated process that's happening within us that really creates an alchemical shift where you heal and you work on the healing of your core wounds and your dysfunctions, your core beliefs, which a lot of people are doing anyway, are compelled to do that personal growth work. And then you start opening up to other multidimensional realities, to quantum consciousness. You start opening up your intuition, your level of being able to manifest. Your life evolves more in flow, and you start operating more in what people call fifth dimensional or oneness consciousness more than not. And that's the evolutionary process. So it is moving towards what spiritual traditions call enlightenment. It is becoming the ascended master quality, but it's something we can all move towards. And that's really what this time is about. We're right now in the time of purification. And that's why it looks like everything's falling apart, because everything that is not of the higher quality that this earth is evolving to, because the earth is ascending, is falling apart and destroying. And that's why it looks like chaos. But really the new is being born forward. And so when I would say I'm very much into ascension, my friends would go, "Oh, what is that? You mean flying out of your body into the clouds?" And I would go, "No, we're talking about an embodied transformation, an embodied ascension." And so I wanted to put something together that was really simple, that all the ascension teachers were showing, that would explain what the ascension is, because it's happening within all of us. This transformation is happening everywhere. So it's really simple. It's 88 tips, 24 pages, so you can just read it really simply. The first section talks about the awakening and what happens when you start awakening. You realize you're in the matrix that's very contained, and you start opening up to whole other realities, and synchronicities start happening, and you start meeting other people that are on the spiritual path. The second one is complete transformation, and that's where you start to do the deep healing, and you start to really heal all the negative programming and everything that's in you that may stop you from your full divine expression. The third stage is complete soul embodiment, and that's where you start to live more in the expanded state. And the fourth section is really cool because it talks about the new earth and explains what the new earth is going to be like. And I received this from listening to a lot of different teachers and also getting my downloads. And I got a lot of confirmations that the new earth is going to be like that. And one thing in the new earth, it's going to be a complete renaissance of the arts. And people like Kristen Hoffman will be supported by the culture, not having to struggle to try to make this money, but the culture is going to support her as a spiritual teacher, which she is. So that's what we can look forward to in the new earth. And so that section has 22 tips. And so you can just download it for free, ascensionnow.org, ascensionnow.org. And so you could just go to that website and download it and have it. And I love any comments or expressions. It's going to keep evolving because more and more information is coming through. And then also Meg and I did an online program about talking about all the different tips. It's really wonderful. And it's 3 2-hour classes, so you can download it and have it anytime. We did it a couple months ago, but now it's an evergreen and you can just download it anytime. And that explains it. So that's at ascensionrevealed.com, ascensionrevealed.com. And Meg Benedicte is one of the top ascension teachers that I've found. She's amazing. And she helped me edit the book, so I knew everything was going to be, she agreed with everything that I was sharing. So that's one thing I've been birthing since I left Saturday Night Alive. So I've been at it, still creating amazing things for us all. So can't hear you, Scott.
Funny. I think I'm not muted. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, great. Oh, good. Antoinette is here. So we're going to have Antoinette in a moment. Do you want to share anything about what you're doing with the beds?
Yeah. I'm the kind of person where spirit taps me on the shoulder and says, okay, this is your next assignment. And I go, really? Don't I have enough on my plate? So what happened recently, I became very aware of a new technology, healing, that has come to really help us at this time. And this is called the EE system, and it's scalar wave technology. It was developed by Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, and she is an incredible Mensa scientist, but she came here to bring this healing. The technology is originally Tesla technology, but she perfected it, and then she actually got some downloads and took it to this next level. She's had it out for about 20 years in private homes, and then it became really clear this is the time now to get these healing centers out and have it available. What she describes is the scalar wave technology goes into the DNA and it corrects the dysfunction so the body can self-heal. And basically the devices are in centers, and there's centers all over the world. I'll put the website in the chat room. The company is eesystem.com, eesystem.com. And there are so many testimonies of incredible healings that people have gone through. I heard about it because I heard a show where they talked about Dr. Dream, who's a friend of mine, who had 3 strokes and he could barely walk or function. And he went in the unit, and they said that after that, he could walk out. So when I heard this on a radio show, I called him and I said, hey, Dr. Dream, is this for real? You know, because there's all kinds of things out there that make all kinds of claims. And he said, yes, Deborah, this is real. I've had multiple sessions. I'm 70% better. I'm buying a system for my community right now. So that was an amazing testimony to me. And I flew out to Vegas and I met with Sandra, and she's an amazing woman. And then I felt spirit saying, okay, you're going to create a center in Sebastopol and Marin. So that's what we're doing right now. I have a center in Sebastopol. We'll have one in Marin. And there are centers all over, even all over the world, that are coming up. So it's meant to heal, to help us right now, heal from the pollution, the autoimmune diseases, the cancers, the trauma, all that we're going through, to give us a head start so we can go into our ascension process with all that weight and heal. Because there's a lot of challenges with health in the world these days because of all the pollution in our society. So pretty amazing. And I will put some websites in the chat room.
I
But
see that Lord Chamberlain's asking, and people are asking for more information about that.
yeah,
So I'm going to read a couple of comments that are coming in. Connie and Andrew write, Deborah gifted us a session when we were with her, interviewing her for our film. It's very relaxing and healing. And Reverend Jeffrey talks about how he's been using your ascension tips, Deborah, as quite a few comments came in.
oh,
We have, in a few minutes, we're going to hear from Eden Amadora. We're going to hear from John Martin tonight. We're going to hear from these people that are with us live. I see Antoinette has come in. So it's my heart's just is so full reading all the beautiful comments. And please continue to put in the comments, people, about how this show and Global Peace Tribe shows have impacted you. And I am going to take Deborah and all of us down a little baby trip down memory lane. A year ago, we had an anniversary show, and it ended up being 3.5 hours long because we had so many of our favorite presenters coming in. So I thought, as just a little trip down memory lane, here's the trailer, the promotional trailer that we put together for it, which reminds us of, well, you'll see. I think it's going to be fun to watch. It's only 3 minutes long.
By April of 2020, the majority of the world had become a completely different place. What are your primary memories of that spring? Lockdowns, masks, isolation, scary news reports? Well, I've got another memory for you. In the midst of a massive global change, Saturday Night Alive brought us hope, inspiration, and connection to our great global community. Hello, I'm Elizabeth April, and I want to invite you to a very special weekend on the Awakening World. On Saturday, April 16th, the second anniversary of Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe, let's celebrate you and all that we have learned together during this alchemical time. During this anniversary weekend, many of your favorite luminaries and musical artists will be joining us. Some of our guest luminaries include Marianne Williamson, Matt Kahn, Neil Donald Walsh, Reverend Michael Beckwith, Caroline Neese, Gary Zukov, the Twin Ray, Andrew Harvey, and myself, Elizabeth April. As always, there will also be wonderful music, including Jai Utah, Kristen Hoffman, Larissa Stowe, Cornflower, Nina Gray, and others. Our higher selves know that we are inherently interconnected and that what affects one part of the globe has the potential to affect the entire planet. Saturday Night Alive led to a global peace tribe coming together for 111 weeks in a row and are still going strong. We are truly one family, one planet, and one global peace tribe, helping to usher in a new, beautiful future together. Join us for more enlightening media during these exceptional times to keep you encouraged, connected, inspired, and uplifted.
So that's a nice memory, Deborah. That was a fun show.
Yeah, definitely.
And Deborah and I did 90 Saturday Night Lives together, 90 of them, a perfect number. And here we are continuing to do the great work. And thank you, Deborah, for all the amazing people that you introduced me and our audience to, that have become such a big part of our lives, such as the Twin Ray. And we're going to feature them tomorrow on our Sacred Sunday show. So thank you very much. You are a gem. We love you very much.
It's been so great to go to all the conferences and have people come up and give me that thanks and meet them. People that had watched every single show, and hearing that it was so important for people at that time. It's just been really beautiful to hear that as I go out and about.
Yeah, absolutely. And so many wonderful people that are still working with us. Incidentally, by the way, while it's on my mind, I'm talking to Marianne Williamson's people about doing a show just with Marianne, where we'll do a whole show just with Marianne, sharing her platform for her new run for president. So that's hopefully something that's going to be happening soon. So, all right. Deborah, thank you. I know you've got people that you're chatting with in chat box, and I'm going to move on to we've got so many things that I want to share with people tonight. One of the very first things that we also did a lot of focus on was UFO stuff. And a little bit later, we're going to hear from John Martin, who's one of my very favorite people that we've had on the show. He may not be as famous as some of the other names, but his experiences and his beautiful, precious heart is as inspiring to me as anyone that's ever been on our show. And in a little bit, John's going to show some of his latest.
He'll be back.
If you don't know, you saw Elizabeth April, of course, and she did our voiceover for the show last year. She has since had a baby. There's a little baby, Elizabeth April. She and her wife had a child together. And so that's pretty cool. And I wanted to let all of you know that. And to kind of recognize that part of our shows, when we're doing shows with Mark Sims, who was a wonderful part of the show. I'm going to share a little bit of Elizabeth April talking about our relationship with the Galactic family. And I also want to acknowledge, especially while Deborah is with us, Jay Mayer and Light Touch. And Jay Mayer and Light Touch were such an important part and continue to be an important part of the Global Peace Tribe. We're going to do Light Touch at the end of the show tonight, and we're going to do Light Touch to kind of start things off tomorrow morning. And so I don't know if Jay has his camera on or not, but a big thanks to you, Jay. There he is.
There he is.
Hey, Jay. Well, I'm going to bring Deborah on too, because Deborah, what do you have to say about our beloved Jay here?
He was an amazing partner, and he was there during the whole time, during a lot of the time. He supported on all levels and supported creatively. And I don't think it would have been what it was if it wasn't for Jay and Jan. Also, Jan was there. We were meeting every week together, and they brought on some amazing shows with the Indigenous and some other really important topics. So it takes a village, you know. So I love you, Jay, and thank you so much for all that you did to make that happen. So I want everyone to know to acknowledge Jay as well, because he was a big part of the greatness of Saturday Night Alive on so many ways.
You know, one of the great things that he did, of course, was he and Jan created wisdom jewels for many of our shows. And so here's a reminder of that wonderful feature as we take a look at one of the wisdom jewels that they created that has had a spring theme. And here we are having another.
Beautiful. And he did those every week. It was just incredible. And you and Jan came up with just beautiful inspiration. And it was, a lot of it was themed, whatever our theme was. And Jay, I just want to thank you so much for the Indigenous shows that you did. We brought incredible people that normally we don't get to experience, and got to hear their wisdom at this important time. Indigenous elders and women Indigenous. And that was just so special that you and Jan helped produce and make that happen.
Laura Chamberlain writes, Jay, I have never told you how much I appreciated your wisdom jewels. Thank you so much. Ayada writes, that felt so good, Jay. Thank you. That was a great wisdom jewel video. Antoinette, who's going to be up in a moment, writes, yes, beautiful. And many more comments coming in. So Jay, we love you so much. We're going to do a little practice of light touch later on in the show. Keep those wisdom jewels coming in. Hopefully we'll get some more coming in, or at least pull out some of the ones from the archives. They're really terrific. It's my pleasure. We've got some wonderful people coming in, and I'm going to bring on one of our favorite co-hosts who still works quite often with us, and it's Eden Amadora. And, again, I met you, Eden, through Deborah Giusti. Deborah's, I think, who first brought you on board. And you've become just one of our favorite co-hosts and done some really wonderful shows together. It's really been fun.
I'm really grateful for you and Deborah. And that was such a wonderful way. I came in around 6:30 and just felt uplifted and blessed up immediately by Deborah's share on ascension and the wisdom jewels. I got to hug Deborah for the first time in a while at the Living Expo, where we met just a couple weeks ago to be with the Twin Ray. And it just felt like such a soul family reunion, and so sweet.
Thank you. You know, one of the things that we've been kind of talking about tonight is how we've evolved over these last 3 years, both individually and collectively. What would you like to share about your personal journey since all of this began in April of 2020 and the start of the pandemic? And then I'd love your thoughts about what you're observing, because you work with people all over the world through your work. So I'd love for you to share a little bit with our audience along those lines.
Thanks, Scott. I kind of dove into a big, rapid I was calling it my personal apocalypse. And now I understand, and many of us know that means like the unveiling or the revelation, seeing through illusions. I really got initiated in 2019. I had a powerful session with a woman that channels an ascended master group. And I said, I want to transmute victim consciousness. Through all my mystery school teaching and studies, had come up that once you're done with being in that victim consciousness, and this is different than like, things happen to people. We do have people that are victimized by others. It's about getting stuck in the frequency of that. Once I saw, oh, that's pure freedom on the other side, I said to this ascended master channel, what does it take? And the channel said, it'll hit you where it matters: health, money, and relationships. And I don't know if many know my story, but I was about to be married in August of 2019. And within the most rapid time, that just unraveled, and the person needed to go on a different path, like a different timeline completely within 2 months. And then I had interesting issues like a lot of us do and did during the beginning of the pandemic, where my work was mostly in person. So finances, then it's like the initiations usually hit us where you feel the pain. And for me, it was like, okay, the marriage, the relationship is gone. Now my circle work isn't possible. And I had a series of interesting health issues that I wasn't very public about, but I can say that it was surprising. I would think, oh, I'm so healthy in my habits, but I think it's deep detoxing and releasing and ancestral stuff that sometimes comes up. So for me, the initiation really cooked me into the beginning of 2020. And then some of my greatest fears were being homeless, not having a job. And I found myself on the road. I found myself traveling, and by the love and generosity of friends, being embraced, and really traveling in a way that I let go of a lot of fear. That thing you think, oh, I would collapse into victimization. Instead, it was a liberation of sorts. So this is like a rapid playback for me, but I'll just say that since then, my heart is even more devoted to this deep, deep work of being a sacred mirror for others, being as present as I can when things come up in my own life, so that I can be compassionate. And in the work that I've been doing with others, it served me so much to kind of get over my own grip. So the awakening process sometimes, my own, felt like, oh no, like this is too fast. This is too much at once. And now I just feel like no matter what happens, the home is here, the peace is here, the love is here, the truth is here. And for the mostly circles of women that I started working with again by that summer of 2020, it served me to go through my own kind of wringing out a lot of whatever those last kind of, it has to be this way to be okay. No, we could do the circle in any location. We can find the love and the holding anywhere together and go really, really deep in the heart, no matter what's happening out there. And I think for all of us during this wild time of change and letting go and rapid acceleration, we're being tested. And that's what I call initiation. The soul's initiation is really like the challenges that life will offer us to choose love, to choose, am I going to move from fear and victimization, or am I going to move from, there's a gift in this on the other side, I know it. And so, Scott, I don't even remember the first question, the real question behind what you asked. All I know is that we're all awakening, and we're all on this journey together. We're all being tested, and we're finding more of our true nature together in the collective, coming in sacred relationships. So it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time. And I see so many beloveds here who I've had the opportunity to work with and be with, and just to hold each other in the heart. I mean, it gets that simple. Deborah was talking about doing the deep shadow work, and it's not about getting stuck there. It's about loving it, like loving the parts that are scared, loving the shadow as we love the light. And then all of a sudden we're finding ourselves home in the heart, and that soul embodiment, like she talked about too. So I'm right with you, Deborah. We're doing this ascension work that I used to think meant going up and out of the body years ago. And now I get it. It is the deepest homecoming, the home in the center of the heart. So yeah, what a journey it's been, Scott, these years, these last few years.
You know, I really want to encourage people that if you are looking, especially women, because that's who Eden really specializes working with, if you're really looking for greater support, Eden's an amazing person to work with. Several of the people that I know that have worked with her all just say, oh my God, thank you so much for introducing us or discovering Eden on the show. And I've had the good fortune to get to know you as a friend. And you bring so much love and grace to everything you do. You know, and it's beautiful to watch. I see Kristen is with us, and Kristen has that quality too. Kristen just brings so much love to everything she does. And you've got something new that's starting on Monday. So tell us about Beltane and your new offer.
So this is something that I've been offering on the Turn of the Wheel events. And, you know, I'm a Divine Feminine Mystery School teacher. So I got really deep into, you know, what is it to embody the feminine, and part of the feminine, and for men too, just to feel your reconnection with earth, like those beautiful wisdom jewels that we saw. A lot of those quotes were bringing us back to earth. And part of getting back to earth and back to mother and back to the feminine is honoring the cycles, honoring the seasons, honoring what's really happening in the bigger patterns. And when we do that, we come into more of a harmonic with life and with each other and the future. So I have been devoted to holding these beautiful live free events online for the Turn of the Wheels. That's like our major, you know, in the wheel of the whole year, we have our winter solstice, and then we come around and we have Imbolc. There's many names that we've forgotten, but we know, like spring equinox, and right before summer solstice, between spring equinox and summer solstice, is May 1st. It's Monday, and that's Beltane. And I offer this live spiritual masterclass to bring us back to some of the rituals and the honoring of where we are in the seasons. And it's really fun. It's for men and women, it's for everybody. And we're going to call in the directions, celebrate the connection to the elements. We're going to feel the community love and coherent. And then I'm going to deepen with, what is Beltane? Why do we gather? Why do we celebrate like our ancestors did? And how do we harness the energies of this time to really be more mindful about what we're bringing towards the harvest in our life? When you work with the greater cycles, you're working with manifestation too, more consciously. So Beltane is that fecundity, that really ripe springtime energy to work with. So let's, anybody that wants to come, Scott's putting the link in the chat right now, and you can just copy that, click on that, and Scott's showing now. You can go, I think it's up under free offerings on the nav bar there, and you can scroll down to that first one, the live spiritual masterclass, and you just go ahead and click below, or there, you put your name, and I'll send you a Zoom link. You will become part of my community. You'll get my newsletter for the other free events, and I was doing this really fun weekly event for a while that I'm taking a pause on for now, called Oracle Office Hours, where it was just so lovely. I see some of our beloveds that were coming there, and that's just been such a treat, a gift to my heart, to feel how we do this great work together. And there's so much medicine for the collective when one person shares in authenticity and vulnerability, which that spiritual masterclass on Monday coming up will also have the opportunity to be heard, to share, to be supported. And this is just part of my devotion to offer these things at this time, as we are meant to come together in this good way.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna join you on May 1st. It's gonna be a wonderful. I happen to have that afternoon somewhat free, so that's beautiful.
Wonderful, Scott. Yeah, it's been such a joy doing these shows with you, and the depth and the beauty and the guests, and what a gift to my life. So thank you so much for including
Right.
me.
I love co-hosting with you. The ones we've done with Twin Way have been beautiful, and we're gonna have the pleasure of actually being with them in a month when we go to Ashland, so it's gonna be fun. Eden, thank you so much. I adore you. And Tangela is with us. Antoinette is here. So I'm going to bring up a couple of my other wonderful co-hosts. And thank you for dropping in and being with us. And I'll see you on Monday.
All right, looking forward.
Well, if Antoinette, if you're ready, turn on your camera, because I'm going to bring you on next. There she is. Hello, Antoinette. Where are we? Looks like you're in a car driving.
Yes, we're in Los Angeles. I'm here with my friends, Margaret and Lavinia. We just came and saw Adam Apollo.
Oh, well, there's another brilliant person that we've, of course, had on this show. And you and I were with Adam in Sedona last month.
Exactly. So we were talking and catching up about the Hollow movement.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, by the way, Antoinette is a big part of the Holo movement. And 2 weeks from tonight, Reverend Deb Moldau and I and Antoinette are all going to be doing a show dedicated to really helping people understand more fully all about the Holo movement, what it is. And we're going to have several other people, Antoinette, who you and I were with in Sedona, joining us. So that's 2 weeks from tonight on The Awakening World. Share with us a little bit more about what's alive for you. And what we've been doing tonight, Antoinette, is sharing how we have evolved over the last 3 years, personally and collectively. So 3 years ago, the pandemic hit. How did it impact you, and what can you share with our audience about your evolution during these 3 years?
So what I've been listening to on the conversation with everyone was about this shift that's been happening. And it's very interesting how a lot of people have been caught up either in the shift or been part of the shift or what was happening on this planet. And it's strange because during that time, that's the time when I actually had met you. And that was the time when I was going through a lot, because that was the time of the George Floyd protest. And we were also going under lockdown. So we're dealing with COVID, and then we're also dealing with Black Lives Matter and dealing with a lot of other issues and a whole series of disconnect. I mean, this whole planet was like really going through a lot of different type of changes. But for the most part, what I didn't even realize during that time, the stress of everything, because Pato and I, what we had started, we were doing like a daily Zoom, actually. Every day we would sit there and do like a morning Zoom at 10 o'clock in the morning to sit there and just check in with people, because I noticed that a lot of people during their isolation was getting more, stressful, more anxiety, a lot more depression, not being able to sit there and be connected with their loved ones and with other people. So if we did a check-in, then that would kind of keep everybody's spirits being high. That was really great for me too, because it kind of made me get dressed, and have to like get showered, get bathed, and not just sit around and just drink a bottle of Prosecco writing music every night, because I was doing that too. So there was things that I was getting up for, but then also like trying to start the organization and then the fight, because the country was in so much turmoil during the time. just arguing about whether one life was important or one life mattered or what the importance of how the words were. It just caused even more distrust and even caused more separation when people were already separated. During that time, it also brought a lot of other people and started new relationships and other people starting to come together. I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs coming out, a lot of people that were writing, a lot of people who started creating and started doing different things. And then I was like, all right, this is something that I realized what is definitely happening. And I think it was last year when we were on the show, when we were doing the show on the Rise of Divine Feminine, and Deborah had mentioned it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is that time. This is what we're watching, and this is what we're experiencing, and this is what's been happening. And even after those last few years, what's even happened was more astounding, coming back from Sedona and these last few weeks with all these other retreats and other expos that were going on. Every person that I'm talking to that I ask them, is there a shift that's happening? You can just guarantee every single person, whether they've heard of it or not, have said yes. Whether people are being tapped in and they don't even realize they're being tapped in. And I feel like this being tapped in is coming very strongly from the Mother Spirit. This is the age of the Aquarius. All of the prophecies that they've been speaking of, whether it was Hopi, whether it was Peruvian, whether it doesn't even matter, all of them are coming true. They seem to be, you can start to see the signs, in just either everyday people or in the actions or what's just been happening. It seems very obvious. And now the mainstream of what's been happening with the Hollow movement and even what's been happening, which I see some people were mentioning about COVID and other stuff, they're about to blow the roof right off of everything, because now you're starting to hear about alternative health and healing is starting to become more mainstream. And why is Facebook is starting to use them as sponsored ads and starting to sit there and advertise all these different health and wellness coaches, and realizing that health and wellness is now being put back into the hands of regular and everyday, and everyday people who are starting to tap into their superpowers of being able to tap more into their intuition, or being able to hear more, or be able to see more, or maybe wanting to sit there and like being driven towards more meditation or more prayer or looking for higher consciousness. And it's just like, and having that conversation with Adam was so great too, because it just reinstilling and reinforcing that nothing bad is happening in the future. Actually, what's happening is really beautiful. This whole awakening of everyone, sooner or later, everyone's going to get tapped. Some people aren't tapped right now, but that's okay. It will happen. It's all a good thing. We don't have to be fighting with anybody anymore. We can actually just kind of come together and just see how everybody is coming together and pulling the resources together to make this world a better place. So ever since that date, and for every day since the beginning of this year, as I've been saying, the universe has been working for me. I've just been really excited about tapping in with every other person that's getting tapped in, because we're doing like some great, right? Because we're doing great and amazing and beautiful things. Those who came and visited.
Antoinette just froze. Maybe she hit a cell phone bump. But while we are kind of focused on Antoinette, there is a wonderful, wonderful video that she sent called The Freedom Song. And it's about time for a little more music. I do have some wonderful music lined up for us tonight. But let's take a look. Both Pato and Antoinette provide brilliant presentation. They're also amazing musical artists, and they're amazing videographers. They create these wonderful, wonderful videos, many of which I've really enjoyed showing over the years. Also, for those of you that were in Los Angeles, for the Los Angeles Global Peace Tribe Retreat, Pato and Antoinette came out. They spent Sunday with us. We had a Sacred Sunday with them, which is really special. But for right now, let's take a look at The Freedom Song. This is created by our Antoinette, who we were just listening to.
There's freedom of information. There's freedom of misinformation. There's freedom, justice, and equality. And then another thing, what I call medical freedom. They want to silence our voices. They don't want to hear what I have to say. I am a child of God. I'm a child of this universe. I prescribe to no man's laws, but only God's laws. That means my body, my choice. How many of you guys believe me? My body, my choice. I think I should have the only right to decide what I want to put in my body and I want to take out of my body. No government and no laws and no man should be able to sit there and tell me what I should do for my own personal health. I see way too many people dying these days. Not all medicine is meant for all people. We need to be able to have that freedom of choice, how we want to self-heal, how we want to choose. I put no responsibility on any doctors, only myself, because I don't want to have that responsibility to blame nobody for my own death. I get to choose because I want to live. And this is the way I choose to live. Cannabis cures. It's not legal in all 50 states. Just because we have access here, other people don't have access to it. You know, and that's why I love my man AJ, because he's trying to make it free and affordable for all people who need cannabis to cure cancer, to cure AIDS, to cure all kinds of diseases. You didn't even know that how much this is God's medicine is good for you. And they want to sit there and try and tell you we cannot use this herb for our own healing. That's saving my life. I should have been dead 2 years ago. You see me? I'm standing right here in front of you. Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ.
And then there's freedom, justice, and equality. You know, we thought we was over with this after George Floyd, but apparently not. We still got Tyree. We also got those other officers who sat there and beat that man down. It's like, why? Come on now. I need your help. We started an organization here in California called Stand Up for Justice. That's because we believe in justice and equality for all people. That means a community. That also means the police officers who serve and protect us. We're not in a fight. It's not us against them. We just need to make sure we're protecting all of our citizens, especially our special needs community. If you believe in this, then support me. You know, get with me. Talk to my man Johnny. We are passing an initiative in the state of California, which I already did in Riverside County, to protect our special needs. When you come to their house, you're not going in there guns blazing. You know, we've seen that happen way too many times too, and shooting people because they couldn't respond and need help. If the police officers are willing to work with me in Riverside County, can the police officers work with me up here too? Can we get a state bill passed? Can I get your support? And the song goes like this. With a long history of genocide, a trail of blood that you just can't hide. Martin Luther King, the greatest pride, peacefully fighting for our civil rights. How many more must we sacrifice? Like Emmett Till and Jimmy Rice, Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, Arizona pride, home of the brave, land of the free. Long time before the end of slavery, now the whole world sees the brutality, Confederate flags and hypocrisy. Never too late if you truly believe what we can't see. We will achieve together as a family. We want freedom, justice or freedom. We want more freedom, justice or freedom, freedom and equality.
Imagine a place with no racism. Imagine I even scream and laugh at taxation, education, it's the radiation. What we gonna leave for the next generation? You got to believe in the heaven above. Try to get some brotherly love. I know there's something that you can do, but you hold the power, does the power hold you? Come on,
All right, David, what does freedom sound like on that guitar? This is the freedom guitar. Freedom train. Here comes the 80s outro. All right. We just had to get that out of our system.
Scott.
I got so excited Trish was here that I forgot to unmute. How perfect that Trish is coming in just as we complete Antoinette's video. Welcome, Trish. You look fabulous. You look like a 1930s movie star tonight. Yeah,
Well,
wow.
I'm going out on the town in Nashville. It's my first time here. Have some friends here that I
Oh
know.
my gosh. Well, thank you for being willing to be with us on Saturday night in Nashville. Nashville's an amazing place to be. You're gonna have a great time.
Well, I would have been here sooner, but I took an extended nap.
That's important because you're gonna have a late night tonight, I think. It's gonna be a night to remember for sure.
Really golden night.
Antoinette was with us and she was driving, so I think she must have gone out of cell range. But how perfect, because Trish, well, first of all, if anybody doesn't know, Trish has been my partner along with Omashar for more shows than anybody. We did Straight Talk every Friday night for 2 years. Then we switched over to The Awakening World, and we moved it to Wednesday nights. And Trish has been there, and we've done so many shows together. And Trish has also been every Thursday morning since the pandemic began, doing a show on the Self-Love Show, which we love the Self-Love Show. So people who are watching, if you have watched the Self-Love Show or Straight Talk, give Trish some love, give her some appreciations, because the amount of time and energy you've put in, Trish, and it all came when the pandemic hit and you lost a friend. You dedicated yourself at a whole new level to
Well,
the shows.
you were a big part of that, Scott. You know, I don't know who has heard this story, and if you have, I'm going to tell you again. We're in a relationship now. That means that we'll probably just be in the telling of the stories maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 more times in our lifetime.
That's right. That's
And
right.
you'd be like, oh, Trisha's story. But one of the stories, I mean, the big reason why I'm here and why it's because of you, Scott.
Hmm.
You know, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was in a really difficult relationship, and you were not only coaching us, but you invited me into your mentorship program.
Mhm.
I'd lost my jobs, and as an executive assistant for an international children's tennis company. And I was one of the first people to lose my jobs because schools closed. Like the 13th of March is when schools closed. And it was just a really tumultuous time. And not so long after that, my friend was murdered by her husband. And you had really inspired me and everyone in the mentorship group to really show up for the community. You were like, hey, this is the opportunity to really support your community here. And I knew that I couldn't do it alone. So I drew my friend Dawn Light in, because she was also a really big part of just my life in that moment. And you really showed up, Scott. Like, I mean, you have been here. I mean, how many shows have you done? Like, let's just talk about the commitment there.
Over 500. Over 500.
I love you.
Because we were doing like a show every day on Love Coach Academy for a while. And then it kind of, filtered down to Saturday Night Live and Straight Talk on Friday nights. And over 500, which is pretty amazing.
And do you remember in the early parts of, it was so, I mean, I know that it's hard to kind of remember a little bit because that was years ago and it's a whole different world. But at the beginning, when there was that 8 p.m. hooping and hollering.
Oh, yes. Yeah. The moment for peace with the wolf at 8 o'clock.
Right at 8 o'clock for all of our essential workers. And there was a moment where we were all seeking connection and we didn't know how to find that. And I think that one of the things about the Awakening World or Saturday Night Live or Straight Talk is really that the foundation was to bring it to connection. The foundation was to bring it to build community and build each other up. And that's something that I love about you, Scott, is that you really are about the community. You really are about networking. You are about helping everyone thrive and expand and evolve. And I love you.
Thank you. I love
all
you
of you
too.
who watch and who are committed and here for self-love, or here for Kristen Hoffman's beautiful sounds, or here for Omashar, or and here actually for you. Like, I love that you're here for you, showing up in community.
Thank you. Well, I want to really encourage everybody, go watch the Self-Love Show. It's every Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. You can learn all about it. If you go to Facebook, just put in Self-Love Show and you can learn all about it. And you guys are now all over. You're on Spotify and all sorts of amazing places. Where do you most want to direct people to for Self-Love Show?
It depends. I mean, here I'm going to add some links in, but I'll tell you where to find me.
Okay.
This is like, so if you want to watch the YouTube videos, they're on YouTube, right? If you want to be able to see Dawn and I and whatever, like the amazing guests that we have on, who are just super special. Or if you're more of a person who just wants to listen, we're on every freaking podcast network on the planet. I mean, it really is kind of amazing. And let me find that right now. Yeah, I mean, it really is up to you. So you can find us on Facebook. You can find us. We now have a new Instagram channel that my wonderful assistant Russell. Oh my God, you should probably go just follow, because she's going to make this an incredibly beautiful, like, aesthetic and the whole thing. I mean, Russell's amazing, and she's the sweet little daughter named Poppy who calls me Auntie Trish. I think I like cry every time. It's like totally family style over here. Like, I'm even already like, ah.
I noticed that Antoinette's back. And it's perfect timing, because one of the things that I observed, because Trisha's a very good friend of mine, is during this 3 years, she took a course with Reverend Bridge Feltis, and that course totally changed Trisha's life. Antoinette, I originally met because she's an activist, and we started, having her on our shows, dealing with important issues. The Black Lives Matter happened during this 3-year period that we've all been together. And Trish, your commitment to really understanding the roots of racial injustice, and your dedication to changing your reality has been powerful. So having you and Antoinette on at the same time is perfect. And so I'm going to turn over to the two of you for a moment just to talk about that part of what we have learned together and how far we have to go.
If you'd like to go first.
Appreciate that. Oh, Trish, I love you so much, girl. I love you so much, girl. And this is what I really find fascinating is because, like I said, we have done those hard shows a couple times. And I felt like on the Friday night, when it started on the Friday night, we can be really open and honest and very real and say whatever we needed to say. And I really, you know, I really love and thank you guys for that, because after a while, there was things that we kept saying when you guys kept having us back on the show. And it was like, instead of us having to say anything or having to shut down the audience or having to explain, you guys were able to do that for us. And I appreciate you so much for that, because that was really trying. And it was very difficult when you're trying to explain things to people who are not listening. And they kept coming onto the show, not listening. And it's like, what is it going to take for people to actually listen when it has to take another white person to tell another white person to actually listen?
Yes.
You know, so that just goes to show you we still have a long way to go. And then even why the whole thing, because we kept hearing that same conversation about how we are all one. And I've been saying this for so long. How are you going to keep telling people how we're all one if we're not feeling that we're all one? And when I'm telling you that I'm not feeling it, and you're not listening to me, and you're talking over me, telling me how we're one, and I'm still not feeling it, then this conversation still hasn't moved that forward in this country. And that's one of the things that we still have a long way to go, because there's only few people that actually went and did the work. You know, you went and did the work. You know, Scott was doing the work, because I said, unless we have more diversity and inclusion, we will never be one. There won't be any new earth rising. Nothing will be coming or happening until all of us are part of it and taking part of it and being included in it and being appreciated it in that same way. So I'm excited about the future, and I'm hoping that as we go into this future, that they also see that this work has to be done on so many levels by so many different people, you know, myself included, because I've had to learn to let go and get past certain things in order for my own healing. If we're going to get into any truth and reconciliation, we've got to get to the truth, and then we can start to reconcile, and then we can get into the beauty and the goodness. But, you know, there's just things that we just have to uncover, these ugly truths, these ugly things that are still sitting in front of our face and that we're still being present and participating in today, you know. But I love you, girl, and I thank you so much for like carrying on the work, you know.
Well, here's the thing, Antoinette, like it's not all on you. And that is one of the biggest things is that I do want to teach people is how white supremacy hurts white people, and how it keeps us from having deep, loving connection with not only ourselves, but the people of the world. Like it takes, we all have this sort of built-in programming, this conditioning that keeps us separate. Even the very idea that we are separate from God, however they put that in there and installed this program, that is one of the biggest pieces. And I think that, I mean, I love that you said that, yeah, it takes another white person to tell another white person that this is still a thing. And it's because it's an empathy issue, I think. That's what I've thought about it. And that's why I love Scott so much. Like he taught me how to empathize. I got fired from a job, a relationship coaching job, for not being able to empathize. And I found him. And so, when I sit back and I think about it, it's really that it really is truly that we haven't figured out, some of us, and that's what we're really committed to building, this community of connection, is to really hear you and your pain, and to know that I'm not questioning your experience, and I want to make it safer and more loving for the people who are telling me that it's painful for them.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I want to acknowledge is the way that white men have shut women like Antoinette up by creating the myth of the angry black woman or the angry black man, right? And it's this whole consciousness that, oh, we're just going to dismiss what she has to say because she's just another angry black woman, right? And there is a consciousness that has been perpetuated for a very long time to stop a powerful, passionate woman like Antoinette from expressing herself because it can just be categorized as, oh, another angry black woman, you know, change the channel. And I feel the pain of that as I understand it more and more, Antoinette, and you've helped me because you're my friend and I love you. And so you've helped me to empathize more with understanding how life alienating that thought form is, that judgment is. And so I just want to invite any of us to not just categorize someone who's expressing themselves with passion, including anger, as just being angry, but what the hell are they angry about? That's what we need to talk about.
Right. And you know, the sad thing is, it's like, because remember when we first came on the show, I came on there with 2 other women. It's like what it did to us mentally and physically during that time was so, it broke us up. You know, it broke us up and how we started together, but not in the work that we do. Because they still, you know, and I want you to bring them back onto the show because they've had to start on their own journey with the things that they've had to do. But at the time, there was so much pressure and so much work that we were doing every single day and night. From morning, we would stay up till 5 o'clock every night, just trying to sort things out. Like, how do we save this group? How do we save this conversation? How do we save our people? How do we save this movement? What it did as the toll that it took on their own family, on their own mental health, and on their own personal health. And then it affected my health as well, too, because I was smoking a lot, I was drinking a lot, and I was stressed out. And we were just like really determined that we were going to, there's like this time we're going to get some work done. We're not letting anything slide. And you've seen a lot of organizations have popped up. Well, where are these organizations right now? You know, and still I've seen a lot of organizations sitting there making their commitment letters. It's like we're committed to diversity and everything else, but even just like this Juneteenth that we're forming, it's like it's still like trying to get sponsorship or trying to get anything is still very, very difficult because of the way that is, you know, the way that the things are set up.
And
you know,
what's referencing is every year we at Awakening World celebrate Juneteenth. Last year we did a show with Antoinette and Trish and the people she was referencing. And so I see that you're putting together an event for Juneteenth, although it's going to be on June 17th with Pato and many others. And that's going to be at Mount San Jacinto College. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so this is very interesting. We started hosting Juneteenth from the very first one, the first one that they actually made a federal holiday, which was like 3 years ago. And we had it in the city of Lake Elsinore. And so many people came out to that event and they're saying they had no idea what Juneteenth was, what was going on, what was happening in the community. And then it was a federal holiday. Then we actually moved it to Menifee. But when we moved it the second time, when I partnered up with somebody else with Menifee Magic DJ Alliances, he put on the entire event by himself, which cost him a lot of money. But I was like, I believe there should be funding or some grants or sponsorships for these types of events. So we put it on again and we started to seek out some other funding since everybody kept saying they was, you know, committed to diversity, committed to Black lives, committed, like all these statements from all these businesses and organizations. Where are they? A sponsorship package if they would like to put on this, because we are not charging people. This is a place where people can actually come together, unity in the community, to sit there and learn what Juneteenth is actually about. It's Freedom Day for all of us. like Pato says, it's like we could celebrate Cinco de Mayo, you know, we could celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We're not all Irish, but we could celebrate, you know, the Irish. We could celebrate Chinese New Year. We could celebrate Freedom Day for Black people. Everybody can come down and enjoy this holiday and learn and celebrate with one another. Instead of it being us against them, you know, instead of us fighting or protesting against each other, this is where me and the police have now come together in support for one another, because we started to work together, because we started to listen to each other, because we started to like see one another and believe with one another and have our families sit there and share with one another.
Beautiful.
So I would like to see these Juneteenths popping up all across the country. And it's like, if you want to learn how to do it, I'll show you how. If you want to come and be a part of ours, be a part of ours too. Y'all welcome to the barbecue.
Well, we will definitely do a lot. We'll be promoting it between now and then. We're way over time, and Tangela has been waiting. Antoinette, I love you, but Antoinette's going to be back on the show in 2 weeks on our Hola Movement show. And also, Antoinette, let's talk between now and then about how we, the Global Peace Tribe, can best support Juneteenth for you, okay?
Thank you. I love you guys. And by the way, that freedom song, I would sing Ira Victim, but I was afraid I was going to get all in trouble and things like that. But I do want to throw that into the song because that is saving people. Love you guys.
Love you too, Antoinette. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
So Tangela, one of our other favorite co-hosts, is here. Now there's a wonderful connection, Trish and Tangela. One of the great things that Tangela does is she's really good at introducing wonderful new people into our Global Peace Tribe world. And I just noticed that last week on the Self-Love Show, who was the guest? Lizzie Locke. How did we meet Lizzie Locke? Through Tangela, who sent her to our Global Peace Tribe retreat in Los Angeles. And so there it is. You know, it's like we meet people through each other and then we go further. Tangela, you are wonderful at bringing so many really cool new people into the Global Peace Tribe. And then Trish takes and has them on the Self-Love Show. And we just keep getting this message out there. So welcome, Tangela.
Thanks, Scott. Hi, Trish. Hello, everyone. So exciting to be here with all of you guys for your 3rd anniversary. This is amazing. And it's amazing for me because I first, became part of the Global Peace Tribe 1 year ago with your 2nd anniversary show. And it's just been incredible since then, really being able to, become a part of your community and be able to co-create together. So many incredible shows that we've done, live events like the Global Peace Tribe retreats in Sedona, having you guys be a part of the psychic fairs in LA, in San Rafael, and in Sedona with the music festival. So many exciting different ways that we've co-collaborated and co-created together. And I'm just so grateful for you, Scott, for creating Global Peace Tribe, and with Deborah and Trish and all of your guys, really, huge commitment and effort to create this incredible community.
Well, we're going to transition. Trish is off to Nashville, the nightlife in Nashville. She's going to have a great time. Trish, thank you so much for 3 years of doing shows together. And I will see you next Wednesday night. We're doing a wonderful show Wednesday night all about sacred sexuality. When is sex sacred? So if you want to learn when sex is sacred, join Trish and I next Wednesday night. Have a great time in Nashville, and thanks for dropping in.
Thank you. I love you all. Bye. It's nice to see you. Bye.
Oh my gosh. I mean, all these people from Kristen Hoffman to Deborah to Trish and now you. I am just so grateful that I get to play with you guys. So now let's take a little bit of time because Soul Search does a lot, and it's true. We've been together for a year now, Tangela. It was last year's anniversary show that you sponsored where we first started working together. And look at how much we've done since then. It's really cool. Okay, now you've got live events. You have these psychic fairs, and we just had one in San Rafael. We had one in Los Angeles, which I had the opportunity to speak at. And you've got another one coming up in Scottsdale. Tell us about what's happening. Wow, Sunday, April 30th. That's like tomorrow.
Exactly. So anyone in the Phoenix area, come on down to our Psychic and Healing Fair in Scottsdale. It's going to be incredible. We have so many amazing speakers. If you scroll down, Scott, you'll be able to see all the different speakers that we have. A lot of who've been on the show. They'll be there. Melissa Fike, she's doing an activation of abundance codes. We have Yuri Lee, Sabine Messner, a lot of different amazing talks. Deva Vidya and I are actually doing an Empowering the Goddess Within workshop. E. Otterline, who's been on the show, she's giving a talk on becoming the extraordinary human.
So by the way, I want to say, I love everybody you bring, but she is one of my favorite presenters of any presenter that's been on the show. She is so wise and has such an ability to really help people connect to their family origins, the family constellation work she does. I'm a big fan of her. She's terrific. And I met her through you.
Yes, yeah, she's amazing. And then, Lori Wheeler, she'll be there, as well as, of course, Charlie and Alan Steinfeld.
Alan's going to be there. Wow. All right.
And Walter and Soaring Eagle, who you were at the ceremony that we just did in Sedona together. So we have a great line of speakers, amazing healers and practitioners and readers and artists and creatives, that'll all be there. So it's going to be an incredible show tomorrow. And we're building this big online community for spirituality and consciousness with Soul Search, but we also love doing these in-person gatherings and events where we can just bring the community together and people can connect. And it's just been really great. I mean, last year I had never even heard of a psychic fairs.
Tell us some of the upcoming ones you've got. Of course, again, tomorrow for anybody in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. But then you've got some other ones planned. So give us those dates and then we'll meet Kalina.
Oh, sure. Yes. So we have a lot of dates coming up, actually. We have June 3rd and 4th in Pasadena. And actually, I don't think I have it online yet, our entire schedule, but basically we have June 3rd and 4th in Pasadena, June 11th in Santa Ana, close to Anaheim. Then we have June 18th back in Scottsdale, and July, we're very busy in the Bay Area. We have, I think we have in LA, we have San Rafael, July 29th, but we also have coming up Santa Clara. I'll have to look at the dates.
You've got so much going on.
There's so many. I have to pull up the actual flyer here. Let's see here if I can pull it up for myself, because we added so many different fairs. Oh yes, here we go. South Burlingame, July 8th, and then Santa Clara, July 15th, and then San Rafael, July 29th. So a lot of different events all throughout the LA area, as well as the Bay Area, all throughout June and July. So it's just a great opportunity to, oh, thanks for putting those in there, Scott. That's great. It's a great opportunity if you're in the area to really be able to come and connect with our different healers or practitioners, get to hear them speak, like Melissa, who's joining us.
Melissa, I just saw Melissa was here, so Melissa popped you on.
Joining us tomorrow, giving an amazing activation for abundance, and she'll be there, and it's a great opportunity just to be able to meet so many of our soul searchers in person live.
Absolutely. Well, Melissa is one of the people that I met through you. She's been on the show a few times. I've gotten to know her in my time. She lives in Sedona. Melissa, please unmute. And kind of what we're doing tonight is we're all sharing how things have evolved for us over the last 3 years. And you are, I'll give a little, now that I've gotten to know Melissa, she's brilliant. She's a brilliant intuitive. She is very tapped in and helps people in many different ways on many different levels. She is a wise woman. And Melissa, what would you describe as how the world has changed from your perspective in your observation over the last 3 years?
Well, I think that what's really happening is that our egos are being challenged a lot. And it's being challenged because we're really here for the ego dissolution. And that is the prime reason that we're in this time, because we cannot ascend to the next level of our own vibrational frequency. And I call it your vibrational potential. And it's always unique to every individual because we are individual souls. Even if we're in the oneness energy, we still have an individual frequency that's our own. And we have these potentials as when we come to incarnate. And ego dissolution is a big part of that. And we get very wrapped up in the identities that we create and what we think we have to project into the world. And with all the turmoil that's happened in the last three, even longer, but definitely the last 3 years, especially even now, it's for us to notice the difference between our ego voice and our higher consciousness and really recognize that we are no longer needing to be in fear, because that is the ego's playground. And when we play in the fear playground, we actually feed fear. And at one point, I saw this really expansive energy accumulation cloud, and it was fear. And Spirit said to me, you have to understand that people are feeding that cloud, and then it's feeding back. So it's an energy source, right? I just saw it as a cloud. And the more we feed the energy of fear, the more we're in our ego energy and our ego voice. And the more of us who take a step back and really move into our heart space. And I think that's really where we're headed, but we have to do more ego dissolution.
Thank you for talking about that. It's really, really true. We love talking about love and light. But it is so important. And now you're kind of tapping into me as a coach, because so much of my work that I like to do with people is making it safe to look at our shadow side and to look at our ego. And our ego is not bad. I'm a dog lover. I've got Jasmine Bear right here in my lap, right? And I like to think of the ego as a faithful dog, and it wants to serve the master. And we just have to make sure that the ego is in service to our higher self, just like a good dog is in serve to its person, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually call the ego the 7-year-old kid high on sugar running around with no place to go and nothing to do. Because it's just that type of energy. It just doesn't really have, it doesn't always have a focus on what it's doing. And it's just programmed, right? Our ego is a program.
Yeah.
So, and that's some of the things that I'm doing in my retreat in Sedona.
And tell us about your retreat in Sedona. When? I don't have the URL, so
Oh,
tell me
yeah.
about it. And I'll see if can I find it on Soul Search?
You'd probably have to look a little bit for that, but I can pop it into the chat.
Okay.
It's melissafike.com/Sedona retreat.
Okay. I'll do
It
that.
is, yeah, it's in May. It's Memorial Weekend, May 26th through 28th. And it's all about really anchoring in the higher consciousness, working with the spiritual heart, because we have 3 hearts. We have the beating heart, we have the heart chakra, and then we actually have a spiritual heart. And a lot of people don't talk about that heart. And that's all about opening up that Kundalini. And that's when the spiritual heart is activated. And there are ways to activate the spiritual heart. The retreat's actually called Embody Your Divine Superpowers. So it's all about going on those magical, mystical journeys within to transform and anchoring your higher consciousness.
So I did find your website. So I'm going to take people through it for a moment. So again, it's her name. Start by going to her name, melissafike.com, and definitely put in your name and put in your email so that you can tell us about the divine love meditation that we're going to get.
Oh my gosh, that is that was channeled quite a few years ago, and Spirit literally said, I was in a live class, Spirit said, definitely record this. And I was like, why? And they were like, record it. I was like, all right. And I recorded it. And what they said was that light workers, spiritual people, star seeds, whatever label you need, um, we all need to live in a place of give and receive. We are great at giving. Like giving's easy, right? Giving's so easy for spiritual people. Receiving isn't always easy. And this meditation's all about the energy of divine love, of giving and receiving. It's very powerful. It's a lot of people comment and say, thank you so much. It's changed their life. So I give it away because I really do believe that that's the energy of our universe. It's all about giving and receiving.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. So last piece. So definitely go there, get the free meditation. And then she's got, of course, a lot of offerings here, including her, that tells me how to
That
get.
was a thank you page. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, how do I get back? Here we go. All right.
Oh,
So
no. Yeah,
sign up,
Carissa.
and then here it is, the
Understood.
Sedona retreat. And so May 26th to 28th, Memorial Day weekend, embody your divine superpowers. And you're going to be doing a show with us we're doing a show with Tangela and you and a few others all about how to cultivate our superpowers.
Yeah. Well, that's really where we're headed, right? And that's why I'm talking about ego dissolution, really about opening up to our divine frequency. And a lot of people don't talk about divine because they always think the divine means something religious or God. The divine is our unique blueprint of who we came here, and it's already in the energy field of every person. It's our potential.
Right.
And sometimes we falter, you hit your potential maybe, and then you go down a little bit, and then you hit the next level of your potential. And our superpowers are really about opening up our hearts, being more in alignment with who we truly are, regardless of what anyone says or anyone else thinks in the world. And that's hard because it's easy for us to try to acquiesce to other people, right, Scott?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on May 20th, that's 3 weeks from tonight, we're going to be doing a show with you and Tangela and several others on how to embody your superpowers. And then hopefully that's going to get people to turn on to get to Sedona and do the full 3-day weekend with you. So I'm glad that you're here. Tangela will be back in a few moments, but I've got a few other people that I need to get to. Melissa, I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of yours too, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, one of the things that has been a really big part of our shows has been light touch. Hopefully Jay will come back on in a moment because I want to play a little bit of a light touch introduction for people. And it features Trish, who you just saw. And this is a wonderful way to learn a little bit more about light touch. And at the end of the show, we're going to do some light touch. Also coming up in a moment, Sean Martin, and also more Tangela and her friend Kalina. So we've got all sorts of good things coming up, but let's take a look at what light touch is and how to do it. Here are some examples of Trish using light touch throughout her day.
Thank you for transforming my relationships. Thank you for the most divine relationship. Thank you for spiritual wellness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So let's all remember to practice light touch. And remember, everybody, you can go to light-touch.me. And Jay's got all sorts of wonderful things here. He's got videos, ways to practice. Again, we're going to do some tonight. We're going to do some more tomorrow. And I think it's time for some music. So one of the videos that I thought would be really fun to play is when was this? It was in October. I was in Sedona. There's a heavy Sedona theme here since once Tangela got involved with us, she brought in Melissa and so many people. And our dear friend Larissa Stowe just bought 12 acres in Cornflower, in Cornville, which is right outside Sedona. And we were there for our Global Peace Tribe retreat. And we also happened to be there at the same time as her land blessing. Well, I did a show, it was a Saturday night. I did the show from her land, and she and Omashar played some music together, and it was quite magical. So I'm going to play this video. It's a little bit of a flashback in time, and then we'll see if Brother Omashar wants to share a little bit about his experience. And then we're going to meet Kalina, Tangela, one of Tangela's new friends, a new jewel that's been discovered. And so I look forward to meeting Kalina in a few minutes. Let's take a look at Larissa Stowe and Omashar playing music together. And it was really, really fun. It was a very spontaneous moment here. So Stowe, where are you? Had it queued up a moment ago. Oh, where are you, Larissa? Come on out, Larissa. Don't hide. Here we go.
From the unreal to the real. Oh God, lead us from the unreal to the real. Oh God, lead us from darkness to oh God, lead us from darkness to light, from death to immortality, from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti unto us. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti unto us, unto us.
We've got Tangela in a car, so I'm actually going to cut it off a little bit early. But isn't it cool, the Swami in the background? And here's Omashar. Hey, brother.
That was so cool. That was just even sitting next to Larissa. She has such a high vibration. It was a trip, and as you can see, we totally rehearsed that one. It's basically 2 minutes before. Is your flute in tune with my harmonium? Yes. Okay, let's go. And so that was it. And quickly with the 3 years of the last little while, I loved what Antoinette said. It's like you get tapped on the shoulder to get woken up sometimes, and you either ignore it or bury yourself or go, oh, okay, and start walking. And just after the COVID started, my friend Greg Braden, he always says that when you get tapped on the shoulder, sometimes the bulldozer of change comes into your life, and just in case it's missed something, it'll reverse back over you again. And so that happened to me in 3 years ago. And so since then, luckily I had enough ascension tips, let's say, within myself to not okay, this really sucks, but I'm just going to keep walking. And the glory of this show, The Awakening World, and of course before, but I came in at the end of 2021, has been an absolute goddess send and a lifeline for me, Scott. It has allowed me each week to just say high vibe, high vibe, high vibe, high vibe, high vibe. And like when I drop out of it into my mundane life, I go, hang on a minute, what happened there? And then so you get a chance to come back into it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because before the pandemic, we were going from event to event to event to event. And so anyway, it's been my lifeline, and here we are sharing it with the world.
Well, you have become such a huge part of the Global Peace Tribe, and your dedication. Everybody, it's so good for me knowing that Omashar is always there, like tonight, when my internet went out. And I mean, can you imagine 5 minutes into the show, the internet goes out, and part of me is freaking out because I don't know how bad it's going to be and how long it's going to be, but at least right away I go, thank God Omashar's there. Thank God Omashar's there. He'll manage it, He's run a couple shows now for me entirely, and most of all, of course, your music.
Yeah, it's been an initiation, and also because I used to do everything live, I've never been as vain as I am since I've been in front of a screen. You got bits of porridge down your cheek and stuff, and you go, oh. So Confucius say, don't buy a high definition camera. Anyway,
Right.
thank you.
Thank you, Omashar. We love you so much. All right, she is now in a car but we are going to bring back our wonderful friend Tangela, who hopefully is, yeah, there she is. Hey, Tangela, she is on her way to Scottsdale.
Hello. I'm here with Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Charlie Charlie and I took a road trip together. We drove from Sedona to the Bay Area, 14-hour drive together.
That was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. Now, Tangela, you have this wonderful gift for finding jewels in the form of human beings. And you have a new jewel that we're going to bring on camera in a moment. Tell us all about Kalina.
Yeah, so I'm just so excited to introduce you all to Kalina Molnar. She is an amazing transformational quantum healer. She is a way shower for the new earth, and brings through incredible light language and angelic codes for DNA activations and healing. She's one of our incredible soul search practitioners, healers, and guides. And so just excited to be bringing her on to say hello and just chatting about her work. And then we'll also be doing a deep dive with Kalina next week on Thursday afternoon in an in-depth interview where we'll be able to really kind of dive into a lot of the grid work that she does around the world, raising the vibration. And also, yeah, there you go. There's Kalina on Soul Search, where you can read about her and, you know, and all of her work and everything that she does here, representing the Divine Feminine.
And Kalina, I'm looking forward to meeting you right now. And then I'm going to be hosting you. We're going to be using our Zoom on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, Thursday at 1:30. But Kalina, share with us a little bit about yourself and what your medicine is, what you enjoy providing, your service to the world.
Well, thank you for having me, Tangela, for bringing me on, and Scott for hosting this. My work has been, I've been awake my whole life. But my work has been on the grid. I do a lot of grid work and travel all over the world, working with the ley lines, the crystalline frequencies, doing a lot of work with ascension, the life, death, rebirth cycles. I work with individuals on that, or in events as well. I also, you know, my awakening was through cell memory, through the masters and the angelics. So since a child, and I have all the clairs, all 6 clairs. So I utilize those too for my work. The grid work has been very transformational for the people that I take in. When I told Tangela earlier today, I was working with a group of people getting together, the Egypt trip I'm going to be doing, taking people to Egypt and doing grid work there, preparing. I prepare at the end of every year, my team takes me to prepare the frequency, bringing in and opening up at sacred sites, new frequencies, crystalline frequencies for the coming year. And it always ends up being at the end of the year. So this year, October, I will be taking a group of women, whoever signs up to go to do that. That's just one thing I do. The only thing I don't do is astrology, but everything else I do. And a lot of like maybe a lot of things that like Melissa was talking about, I do those too, just in different ways, I'm sure, because we all have our unique abilities. But yes, I have a Patreon that I do master classes on Patreon. So I was preparing for that for tomorrow too, when I talk to her as well.
Great.
So lots of things. I have lots of things going on to help people. And again, I've been awake since a small child. And I won't tell you my linear age.
Kalina, on Thursday, when we do our show with you, will you actually be able to work with some of the people? Like if some of our Global Peace Drivers show up on Zoom like they are right now, will you be able to work with some of them?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Thursday at 1:30 p.m. And I will get the Zoom link since I set it up, and we'll look forward and tell us a little bit like what should somebody, if they want to, get worked on with you on, say, Thursday, what should they do to prepare, or what should they inform you about?
They really don't have to do anything. I'm very in tune. I'm a very huge empath, so I feel everything that the person that comes on. I feel all of their blockages. I go into their subconscious to bring up their, what you can call childhood wounds, any of that kind of stuff. I bring it to the surface. All I have to do is very just tune into them, open them up, do a little clearing through them, and then start bringing through information for them to heal. And then I activate them because I speak all of the languages of light. And then I'm also a channel. So I channel all the different languages of light as well that are connected to their points of origin and places that they may have incarnated, that activates their cellular memories to awaken more, for things to come to the surface for their life, death, rebirth, transformation. So that's one of the things that I'm gifted in this lifetime to utilize. And yeah, so I will know, I just know because I connect higher self to higher self and know what they need. So they really won't have to prepare anything. They just need to be there.
Okay. I'm putting the Zoom room into the chat box right now. And there it is. Tangela, is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I just want to say that Kalina is amazing. And actually, Kathy had just posted in the chat as well that she had an incredible session with Kalina. So it's amazing to know that Global Peace Tribe have already been, seeing her at work and seeing her in action. And we're just really blessed to be able to do a deep dive with her on Thursday at 1:30. So for all of you guys who would just like to go further with Kalina, join us on Thursday in the Zoom room. It'll be fun. And, this is just what we're all about at Soul Search, really bringing forth these incredible practitioners and healers out into the world. And Scott, you're doing the same thing. And I just want to thank you so much for all of your vision and commitment and dedication to creating this, community of oneness together.
Thank you. My pleasure. And hey, everybody, if you have not joined Soul Search yet, you got to do it. It is really, the people that she has are just the creme de la creme of wonderful human beings providing wonderful services. And it's easy. Just go to soulsearch.io, soulsearch.io, and join. And that's where you're going to find healers, events, and it's really all over. And of course, a lot are in Sedona and California, but she does have people all over the world. And Tangela, I love co-hosting with you. And we've got shows coming up. We've got a show coming up on May 6th, all about angels. In fact, you know what? I've got the poster for that. Last thing while you're here, let me just let people know that we're going to be doing a show a week from tonight, all about honoring and understanding angelic forces. Vox Angelus is going to be back playing amazing music. Mandolin Reese, the street angel, will be with us. And then Tangela's got some amazing people. Joan of Angels, her beloved Charlie, Peter Benson, and Asil. And Asil is really special. And of course, Omar Shah will be there playing music. And actually, I've got to get the new poster up here. I've just added a wonderful duo who we're going to be playing music with as well next weekend. So that's going to be a really, really great show.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And I just encourage all of you guys to attend, just to connect with our angelic guides. And they're all around us in every moment. And it's just so beautiful to, have these different practitioners and healers that can support us in working with our angels and guides and ascended masters like Kalina and like all of our healers coming on next weekend as well on May 6th.
It's going to be a really good show. And it's true, the more we hear these stories and we meet people like Charlie and everybody, we learn that it gives us that faith to trust, listen to our angels, listen to our guides, trusting in that. And the more that we share our stories, the more we create that consciousness of belief that really makes it real. That's how the miracles happen.
Exactly.
Lena nodding her head.
They saved my life many times and the life of my family because I listened. And so I agree 100%. Yeah.
Well, Kalina, I'm really looking forward to spending.
We're so supportive.
Thursday. And Tangela, you're gonna have a great show in Scottsdale tomorrow. Quick, everybody, get to Scottsdale.
Well, thank you, Scott, and thanks, Kalina. So we'll be tuning in with Kalina on Thursday. And Scott, thanks so much again for everything. You know, to many more years of the Global Peace Tribe. Congratulations on 3 years of the Awakening World. And I'm just so blessed to be a part of what you've created and part of the Global Peace Tribe family. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, well, we're going to keep the show running. John Martin is, I mentioned him at the very beginning. He is such a beautiful soul. He's with us live, and he's put together a beautiful video for us. And, you know, I'm going to slow down and just drop in. He is such a beautiful man. And angels, we were just talking about angels, our galactic family. You know, it's about really believing and lifting the veil to see what's right there for us to see sometimes. Miracles happen, angels show up, guides show up, galactic family, when we believe. And John is a beautiful guitar player. I've been playing his guitar, John, since I got, you know, the, when I got that list of all your songs, now it's like on my playlist, and I've been playing for the last few days. He's a beautiful guitar player, and it's how he speaks to the galactic family as he looks at them that just is beautiful. So he put together a special video for us. I'm going to play the video, and then we're going to chat with John for a moment and also learn about his new book. John has a brand new book, and we're talking about it for the first time tonight. So, but let's start by taking a look at this video. Anything you want to say about the video, John, before I play it?
Well, yes, Scott, I had a health issue, and I shared that with our star family, and they've been so supportive. And so many of our family here prayed for me, and I'm so thankful for the Global Peace Tribe when they prayed for a good outcome, and I'm so thankful. And this video shows how our star family love us and care for us. And it's interactive and quite beautiful. So yeah, please play it if you wish.
All right, here we go.
Hey there. Hey, beautiful one. Hey, my sweet friend. Love you. Thank you for that. It was so well done. Thank you. What a great pleasure doing this. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful one. Thank you, sweet friends. Oh, wonderful mind. Such a great pleasure. Thank you, dear ones. Hey, hey. Have a great night, friend. Love you. Thank you.
Come here, Bo.
Hey, my dear friend. Wow, gorgeous. Hey, sweet friend. Beautiful. Hey, loveliest. Hey, my dear ones. How gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful, dear friends. Fantastic. just pulled off. Hey, dear ones. Hey, my dear sweet family are here. Hey, beautiful ones. Hey, sweet friends. Love y'all. Hey, my beautiful ones. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, sweet friend. Oh, my goodness, how beautiful. There you are. There's my beautiful ones. Hey, gorgeous friends. Love you. My gracious, how beautiful. Hey, sweet friend. My lovely family are here tonight. Thank you, beautiful one. Thank you, sweet friend. Look how gorgeous you are. My gracious. Oh, that's better. Thank you, friend. Oh, you are so beautiful. Thank you, lovely one. Love you. Thank you. My goodness, what an honor, dear one. Thank you, sweet friend. So incredibly beautiful. Thank you. Hey, beautiful one. My lovely family member. Thank you, sweet friend. How gorgeous you are. Thank you. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, my dear friends. It's such a great pleasure to see you tonight. Thank you, beautiful ones. Oh, so lovely. Thank you, dear ones. Gracious. Thank you, beautiful one. What a great pleasure. Thank you. I love you, my dear friend. Love you so much. Thank you. Beautifully done, sweet friend. Thank you, loveliest. My beautiful family. Thank you.
That's John's new book, The Universe Loves You. Beautiful guitar. It's beautiful. Thank you. I brought Omashar on too because I know Omashar loves your work. And
You just melt me. Just your presence melts me, and then your guitar melts me again, and then I see our star brothers and sisters, and I'm just fully melted, John. So thank you so much.
I'm sure I love your work so much, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Mutual Adoration Society, and I haven't got to see you much lately, so I choose to see that your health emergence is going to be spectacular and phenomenal, and you're going to be back to firing on all 12 cylinders. And
it's made all the difference in the world. The love from everyone has been so important. And thank you.
Isn't it amazing? It just melts melts the inflammation in our bodies. Your love does. I can see.
Speaking of healing, beautiful Kalina, our new friend, I brought her on because she's offering to do a healing activation tonight for you, John.
Oh, I would love that. Thank you, Kalina.
That's okay?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So all you have to do, if you can just have your hands palms facing up on your lap to be open and ready to receive.
Okay.
Okay. Just take a deep breath the best you can. Just relax. Okay, I only allow the highest benevolent source of light, creator beings of my divine creator source of the highest frequency and vibration to work through me, as me, of me, within me, outside of me, above and below me for this session now. Anything that is lesser than the highest vibration and frequency of my divine creator source of John's divine creator source must leave now. Anyone that's listening, that anything that is lesser than the highest vibration, frequency of divine creator source must leave from around them now. Some of you might feel energy leaving your area, just so you know. Peki atakaras nusototurshnama anna. Borjan. Sesi Ariana. Ha im ir un. Mia. Okay, I'm feeling on my body energy leaving you. So even if you don't feel it, just know it's working.
I feel it.
There's like a block on your solar plexus. It's like really, and I've got something on your heart. It's really pressing on me. Up to your throat chakra as well. So you've got a few different places here that we're going to focus on that. In the neck. We're going to bring galactics in. Okay, I feel your solar plexus trying to open. Let's get up to that heart there. We have angelics working as well. Release. Aura namiara nania naya. Amor. Eternal love, eternal light, eternal life. Maya kita. Ayabat. Transformational frequencies, transmission complete to Kamur. And it amor. Aya. Deep breath. John, you'll have 14 days to allow the activations, okay, to fully integrate the cellular level. It goes through the DNA at the cellular level. And what I see is, I see your cells and I see like a shield over them, okay? So when the DNA, when these like codes come in, like it will hit the cell and it cracks them. So this is how I get visually shown. And so this, whatever is over the cell, it removes it, brings it to the surface to be transformed. And the cells are activated with their full potential of their light, okay, to bring them back. So a lot of your cells I'm seeing with something over them. And that's what I see for everyone when I do this work. It's not just you, okay? And it's to bring you more into your alignment, also light body activation.
Wonderful. Thank you. My goodness.
His frequency will rise as well, they're saying. His frequency will rise. Right now it's almost like you're being held back.
Yeah.
Okay, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And if you have a metal detox plan, that's what the angels keep saying.
Okay. Oh, I'll definitely look into that as well.
Yeah, like Medical Medium has a smoothie that I always tell people to use. So take a look at that.
Okay.
Okay.
I can feel that so strongly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that was so connected with our beautiful star family that I interact with each day. And that was very powerful and beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I bless you and hope that you feel much better.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Elena, thank you. Isn't this wonderful, everybody? That John, one of our, classic people who's been with us for years, and our newest friend, Kalina, having this spontaneous experience for us to be able to witness. Elena, thank you so much.
Thank you
I'm
so
seeing many
much.
of the people in our chat box are feeling it. I certainly was feeling it, and I know John was too. So,
Absolutely.
Divine alignment.
it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, John, you just never know what's going to happen on the awakening world, do you?
This is such a magical, wonderful place that you've created for us, Scott. Thank you. Every time I'm with you, it is a blessing. And I think everyone thinks and feels the exact same thing.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so
John,
much.
I'm really excited about your book coming out. Of course, we'll do a whole show once it's really ready for people to buy.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Loves You, My Personal History and Your Guide to Making Positive and Meaningful Contact with Our Star Family. Our dear friend Whitley Strieber did the foreword. So we'll try to arrange a show where Whitley can be on with us again, and you, and maybe even see if we can get Mark Sims to show up.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I would love that
Special.
very much.
Yeah.
And you're well represented in the book too, Scott. I want you to know that. Absolutely. Your wonderful words are really the first thing that people read in the book. So thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
John, we love you so much. So many people in the chat box talked about how one woman said that when she sees Galactic Family, she immediately thinks of you and hears your voice and hears your guitar. So
That's so wonderful.
You're beautiful. We love you, John. Thank you.
Love you, Scott. Thank you for having me tonight.
Well, I got a couple more treats for tonight, and then I've got a lot tomorrow because we're celebrating all weekend long. So definitely make sure you plan on joining us for the Sacred Sunday show tomorrow. Well, one of our other favorite musical artists is Nina Gray. And she's, of course, done many, many songs. She's been on the show many times. But of all of her videos, I got to say this one I think is my favorite. And it's all about love. And it's a beautiful song. It's beautiful, Nina Gray, but she also really created a fun video for us to watch. So let's all share some love with Nina Gray.
Is there a right way? Or can we get it wrong? When we love someone, when we're loving someone, if it were up to Jesus, think he'd open up his arms to really love someone, to really love everyone. Love is what they say, ain't that what matters in the end anyway? Different colors and different lives, it's all the same on the inside. Love is what they say, ain't that what matters in the end anyway? Different colors and different lives, it's all the same on the inside. She spent a long time thinking there was something wrong, journaling at midnight, feeling so alone. He spent a life say, ain't that what matters in the end anyway? Different colors and different lights, it's all the same on the inside. Love is what they say, ain't that what matters in the end anyway? Different colors and different lights, it's all the same on the inside. Oh, love is 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 love. Love is love.
I love that video. I just love that video. I love Nina Gray. We've had so many remarkable people. The numbers are pretty incredible. We've done 500 shows. We've had over 3 million views, and we've had about 1,000, literally 1,000, 1000 different presenters and musical artists on the show. So we keep having new people, like we met Kalina tonight, but I also really love to bring back some of the people like Kristen Hoffman and Nina Gray, who just open our hearts in such magnificent ways. It's pretty special. We're winding down. We're going to close with an Om Shar song. But I did want to play one more video. Earlier, we had a little brief taste of Elizabeth April when we were seeing the video from when she did the narration for our second anniversary show. And because we just heard from John Martin talking about our galactic family, and Elizabeth April is certainly a great, great presenter. Here's what Elizabeth had to say about our galactic family recently. This was before she had her baby. And so here is Elizabeth April. And she gave birth just last month. So that's pretty cool too. Some of us saw her at the Conscious Living Expo. It was great to see her with her big 8-month belly, and she was still Elizabeth April doing amazing things and sharing her wisdom. So here we go. So what has the Galactic Federation had to say about climate change? Where are we going? How bad is it going to get? Can they come help us? What do you have to say?
For sure, yeah. So I did a 2022 prediction video, which is actually on my YouTube, and it was all just messages about climate change. 2022 is, yeah, we're going to see the collapse of the old systems at those systemic levels, but we're really going to see a lot of climate issues. They talked about volcanoes erupting. Of course, we've already seen a massive one hit. They talked about tsunamis and waves. They talked about fire. They talked about flooding. There's going to be a lot of climate change taking place. Now, I'm not going to say that I am a what is it called? Global warming denier. I'm not at all. Like, I don't really put myself into any bucket. But I do want to say that in the first meeting that I ever got introduced to the Galactic Federation, one of the things that they mentioned back in 2011 was that there is something taking place on planet Earth called a pole shift. This is what they explained. I had no idea what this was, had no idea, just no idea. So they said that basically the magnetic poles, not the physical, but the magnetic poles on planet Earth are shifting. And they said that in our lifetime, they're going to shift about 13 degrees. Now, in the past,
planet Earth, from what I've learned from them, has gone through many different pole shifts. This is not an unusual thing. This is actually just a cycle that planet Earth tends to go through, and we're right here during this cycle. Now, in the past, the magnetic poles have shifted 90 degrees. They've shifted 180 degrees. They've shifted completely. This was basically the time when humanity was wiped out, technology was wiped out, the Ice Age, the Great Floods, all of that basically took place time and time again. According to, I believe, different tribes and the indigenous community, we are currently on the 7th Earth, which I do believe that this is kind of our 7th cycle in a sense. I'm not really sure what that means, but it does resonate. And so the poles are shifting once again. This is where a lot of the climate change is taking place, is with the magnetic pole shift. Luckily, it's not going to wipe us out completely. It's only 13 degrees. This is a very small pole shift, but it is taking place. I definitely believe that planet Earth is being destroyed by humans. Like, that is, not even a question in my mind. And that's definitely adding to the destruction of, the ecosystem and the environment. We also have to realize that a lot of the flooding, a lot of even the animals, this is what I've channeled from the GFL, a lot of animals will die because the migration patterns are changing, because the magnetic systems are changing. And then also they've told me many years ago that a lot of new species, a lot of new animals are actually going to start to be discovered. I don't know if that's maybe some sort of timeline hop, or if that actually is a migration shift. So creatures from the deep, in the ocean are now coming to the surface. I'm not really sure why, new creatures would be discovered or species would be discovered. But that's kind of what I've channeled. So 2022 is going to be a year of a lot of that shifting and changing. I'm a prepper myself. I really recommend that, not to be in fear, but plan for the worst, hope for the best when it comes to being in a big city, when it comes to being in a place that maybe you're at a coastline or what have you. I just recommend food and water for your family for up to 3 months. Once again, it's not a fear-based thing. As a matter of fact, when stuff does happen, you're not in fear because you're good to go. And the way that I do that, because a lot of people tell me I don't have the money, to buy all these things. And every time I go grocery shopping, I buy 1 or 2 canned goods, non-perishables. And that way it's not breaking the bank, it's not hurting your budget, but you do have something that's really stored up for yourself and your family in that worst case scenario. So once again, I don't think it's going to be completely catastrophic, but 2022 has a lot of that sort of climate change taking place.
Thank you. And it's interesting because, of course, we have seen that. So there you go. All right. We will be continuing on tomorrow. And we're going to close in a moment with an Om Shar song. And I'm going to invite people to do light touch while he's playing, or get up and dance. Turn on your camera. Most people have kept their cameras off today, but we sure love being able to see you. And remember, the idea of light touch is we're really manifesting. We are calling upon the angels. We are calling upon the higher forces. We're honoring our beautiful body temple. There's obviously the universe is enormous beyond our imagination. What is it, like billions of galaxies, and each galaxy has billions of stars. I mean, it's impossible to imagine how big the universe is. Likewise, it's impossible to imagine all that's going on inside our bodies, the number of atoms, the number of cells. And it's almost, I've heard often from different teachers that the human being, we are the midpoint between heaven and between the inner and the outer, that we are as vast on the inside as it's vast on the outside. And it's really quite interesting if you think about that. And so our bodies are extraordinary. Our body temples are absolutely amazing. The science of the human body is just incredible. And so what do we do light touch? We are honoring our body temple, and we're honoring the divinity that our body temple carries. And we do blessings. We pray. We pray for John Martin's health. We pray for all of our different family here, our different global peace tribers, whatever's going on with people. We pray. We pray for humanity, and we pray for ourselves. Totally okay. Whatever you're longing for additional financial abundance, more love in your life, better health, go ahead and pray for it while gently touching yourself and listening to Omashar's music. And that's how we're going to close tonight out. So, beloved brother Omashar.
So yeah, what a phenomenal show, and I was really glad you played the Larissa and the Flutie one, because it does the high vibe moments, and it just takes you right there.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a little bit of a boppy light touch, so it's going to be a dance touch, Jay. And we couldn't go past this day without playing this song. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The awakening well is rising through our hearts, through our lives, as we take the next steps together, walking tall, no disguise. Here we are again, loving all we see. Lift each other up, let each other be, healing all the past, healing you and me, loving all that's gone, loving what's to be. The awakening world is rising through our hearts, through our lives, as we take the next steps together, walking tall, blue skies. The awakening world, the awakening world, the awakening world, the awakening world. Nothing left to say, nothing left to do. Let your spirit shine, let your spirit through. Time is what we have, time to think anew. Let inspiration flow, let inspiration through.
Gallery view, everybody, turn on your cameras, twinkle Omashar.
We need to twinkle each other, brother.
Twinkle
Awakening
each
world.
other.
Here we are.
And tomorrow, I want to hear from Andrew Kane is going to do a poem for us tomorrow. Connie and Andrew will come back and they're going to share all about what they're doing with the trust frequency.
I hear Connie and Andrew are going to come and do some tap dancing for us.
Oh, is that true? I didn't know about the tap dancing part.
No, I just invited them to do that.
Hey, we're also going to have Krista Morea Love is joining us tomorrow, and all sorts of other people are lined up. So it's going to be another wonderful show. Omashar, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being with us, even though it's almost midnight for John Martin and friends on the East Coast. But have a beautiful, beautiful evening, everybody. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Pacific time. I'll see you then, Omashar. I'll see all of you then, everybody.
Namaste.
Another beautiful, beautiful show. How blessed we are.